Wikipedia Top 25 Report, Most Popular Wikipedia Articles of the Week, June 19 to 25, 2022. Rank 1. Roe v. Wade. Well, we knew it would come, but now the shadow has truly returned. On June 24, the Supreme Court of the United States overturned Roe v. Wade, the landmark decision that effectively legalized abortion in much of the country. Abortion will now become illegal in many states, forcing millions across the country to either risk an illegal abortion or give birth against their will. Rank 2. Juneteenth. After the George Floyd protests in 2020, interest in this holiday marking an end to chattel slavery across the United States, following its abolition in Texas in 1865, rose greatly, prompting Joe Biden to declare it a federal holiday the following year. A couple centuries late on that one, Joe, but at least we got there eventually, and we had our very first official celebration of Juneteenth as a country this week. Too bad slavery didn't really go away. Rank 3. Draupadi Murmu. The former governor of Jharkhand earned her place on this week's list after she was selected by the Nationalist Bharatiya Janata Party, or BJP, as the Indian presidential nominee for the National Democratic Alliance, or NDA, a right-wing coalition led by the BJP. Winning the election, which is almost guaranteed for Murmu based on the BJP's grip on India's government, would make her India's first tribal president and the second female president. Rank 4. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. The latest MCU installment was released on Disney Plus this week. Rank 5. Top Gun: Maverick. Tom Cruise returns as Pete "Maverick" Mitchell in a movie acclaimed for combining good character moments with impressive aerial sequences. It already passed $900 million worldwide, and could very soon become the highest-grossing movie of the year, surpassing the above. Rank 6. Deaths in 2022. For the life of me, I cannot believe we'd ever die for these sins. We were merely freshmen. Rank 7. The Boys TV series. The jerk superheroes being confronted by ruthless people, who now manage to find a way to get superpowers and level the fight, keep on releasing new episodes on Prime Video, with the latest one featuring a superhero orgy that is a great reminder of Guybrush Threepwood's immortal quote, "The human body is a beautiful thing. Most of the time." EW. Rank 8. The Umbrella Academy TV series. Like the above, another unconventional superhero streaming show, only instead of bawdy and profane, it's just weird and complicated, which had its third season released, only on Netflix. It even has to acknowledge real-world gender transitions, as Ellen Page's Vanya is now Elliot Page's Victor. Rank 9. Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series. Disney has been churning out a lot of just alright series in what appears to be a quantity over quality move on their part. This show turned out to be a case, as for all the good of bringing back Ewan McGregor, the plot was ultimately unnecessary. Sure, an exiled Kenobi is a great starting point, but why have him meet Darth Vader again, when it just undermines their fatal re-encounter in the Death Star? Or having Princess Leia as a child, as if she needed to have met Ben to send him a helping plea, and the final episode had critics complaining that it just felt like a rehash of other, better Star Wars films, to which a roundtable of crotchety old rich men at Disney's HQ probably said, "But you all love reboots. You keep going out to see them every time." Number 12, Lightyear, begs to differ. Rank 10. Elvis Presley. Thank you very much, Hollywood, for meeting what seems to be an annual quota for rock star biopics. This time, Elvis is about one of the very first people to bring rock and roll to the masses, even if he was only able to do so after infamously stealing it from black people, and his rocky relationship with his manager Colonel Tom Parker. The eponymous film was directed by Baz Luhrmann, who's mostly known for flashy remakes of other, arguably better films based on books, plus a movie that only reuses a title, and stars Austin Butler, who got his start on the Disney Nickelodeon circuit as the one-time beau of Hannah Montana and Zoe Brooks. Butler stepped into the pompadoured singer's blue suede shoes, and viewers have noticed that his affected demeanor and voice as Elvis have creeped into interviews he's done long after the movie was filmed. The devil in disguise? It just might be. Rank 11. Stranger Things. A teaser for the eagerly awaited second volume of this bingeable horror drama's fourth season was released this week. Rank 12. Lightyear, film. Lightyear is flying suspiciously below the radar in most places, yet it's still not cleared for takeoff in some theaters. In Oklahoma, the 89er theater received backlash after putting up a sign warning folks that there was a same-sex kiss in the film, which I thought got slammed for the wrong reasons. Let's just say our favorite space ranger had it better in Buzz Lightyear of Star Command, where at least he wasn't upstaged by a robot cat. Either way, most of the people going out to see Lightyear were not families, hence why its expected opening weekend was a bit of a bomb. Rank 13. Elon Musk. It's rare to see the richest man on the planet take such a major L, as he would say, but this week proved that, even if money can buy you just about anything, it still can't buy you the love and respect of your children. This was evidenced by Musk's daughter petitioning to legally change her first and last name back in April in order to affirm her gender and to distance herself as much as possible from the Tesla magnate. The court documents for it only made the rounds this week, and I guess she must not have realized that publicly attempting to change her last name would get her a lot more attention in connection to her father than if she simply hadn't. Happy Father's Day to Elon, though. Rank 14. 2022 Russian invasion of Ukraine. The Russian invasion of Ukraine succeeded in its temporary end goal of forcing the Ukrainians out of Severodonetsk, and celebrated by reorganizing their military. Rank 15. Stranger Things, Season 4. The first 7 episodes, concerning a small Indiana town again being targeted by a dark dimension, a man being rescued from a gulag, and a telekinetic girl losing and trying to regain her powers, came out last month. 2 more episodes to close it off come out on July 1st. Rank 16. 2022 NBA Draft. After a final that this here writer couldn't care less, 17 titles versus 7 finals in 9 years, the NBA is loading up for the next year, with the Orlando Magic using the top pick in the Italian-American Paolo Banchero. Rank 17. Jurassic World Dominion. In June 2018, we had a new Jurassic Park movie and the FIFA World Cup. 4 years later, just the latter returns. Football is only in November to avoid scorching temperatures, and even then it was supposed to come out in 2021 if not for pandemic delays. In spite of negative reviews, among other things, the script is busy and doesn't give that much focus to the dinosaurs. Jurassic World is still making all the money possible, even getting packaged as part of a double bill to help a reviled new adaptation of Firestarter get some extra bucks. Rank 18. Ezra Miller. Fall from grace doesn't even begin to describe it, but Miller's career is definitely flashing in front of their eyes. After a hectic trip to Hawaii this year, which involved the non-binary actor chucking chairs and hurling barbs at people who were just looking for a nice tropical vacation, they got accused of grooming by the family of an 18-year-old Native American activist in North Dakota. This week, A family in Massachusetts got granted a protective order for their 12-year-old, whose parents were drunkenly scolded for their parenting by Miller, who lived 40 miles away on a farm in Vermont, as the relationship between Miller and the child apparently became inappropriate. Then, not long after, Rolling Stone published findings that on that farm, Miller had a family, hold for the EEIO, of 3 children and their mothers shacked up with them, while their father fretted away in Hawaii. The mother claims that Miller was providing healing for Miller, which, based on previous testimonies about the actor, likely comes in pill form. Almost Waco siege levels of firearms and ammunition were also found in the farm next to some stuffed animals, leading the mother's 12-month-old baby to nearly bite the bullet, both literally and figuratively. I would make another We Need to Talk About Kevin joke if it didn't tell itself so easily. Rank 19. Vikram, 2022 film. Much like another 2022 release, number 5, Top Gun, Maverick, this film is a spiritual sequel to its namesake 1986 film, and follows a retired secret agent trying to take down a drug syndicate. The film also kicks off a cinematic universe with a sequel to follow. Rank 20. Dobbs v. Jackson Women's Health Organization. With Roe v. Wade out, Dobbs v. Jackson is now the lay of the land. Rank 21. Spiderhead. Although what I originally guessed was a Spider-Man spin-off was in fact very much not that, it has plenty of other things to make up for its dearth of web-slinging. For example, Chris Hemsworth in Jeffrey Dahmer glasses, and, well, what more could you want from a movie? Probably a lot more, but it also has some shady carceral drug testing on an inmate named Jeff, Miles Teller, another inmate named Lizzie, Journey Smollett, et al., some other inmates played by mostly nameless actors who may or may not become nameful in the next few years. Reception has been lukewarm, as can be summarized by the film's top Letterboxd review, a Netflix film that will be trending number 1 the week it's released and then forgotten about a week later. One of many, pal. Rank 22. Matt Fitzpatrick. The US Open is perhaps the only event to bring golfers this much attention on the list other than the PGA tournament, so when you see one, you can guess that they probably won one of the two. Fitzpatrick, an English putter with almost a decade of experience under his belt, was crowned the champion of the former competition this week. Rank 23. Bull Balea 2. This comedy horror film starring Taboo, Pictured, is now the second biggest Bollywood film of the year, although it's still a way off the Kashmir Files. Rank 24. Caleb Swanigan. Basketball is back on the list again, but this time, it's not for huge wins, but for huge losses. Swanigan, a power forward for several NBA teams, most notably the Portland Trail Blazers, and an MVP for the Purdue Boilermakers, died this week. Of what, we can't be sure, since all any sources are willing to share is that it was from natural causes, but dying naturally at 25 without any sort of underlying condition just doesn't happen unless you're a time traveler from 1000 BC. Unfortunately, morons have already brought back the fallacious COVID-19 vaccine theories regarding his death, and, if true, they could be a huge win for those spreading them, since it would be the first time ever that someone actually died solely from the vaccine. Hint, that's not how it happened. Rank 25. Warren Jeffs. He's the infamous polygamist leader of the controversial fundamentalist Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, a sect of Mormon fundamentalism which has often been identified as a white supremacist cult, who was charged with child sexual assault for forcing underage girls in the church to marry adult men. Now, he's also one of the subjects of Keep Sweet, Pray and Obey, Netflix's newest addition to the cultomania genre, which was released 2 weeks ago. What a career. Thank you for listening to this reading of the most popular Wikipedia articles of the week. If you enjoyed this video, please click that like button and subscribe to our channel so you can be notified whenever I make a new video. I'd love to hear your comments and suggestions on what else to feature. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.